guys, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Lynn, and in this video I'll show you how to trade. If you're new here and you think the trading is too hard for you, it's wrong, because my strategies are very simple, even for beginners. And let's start our trading session. Go to my Telegram channel by the link below the video. To do this, open it in the app. Join the group and be sure to turn on notifications so you don't miss any useful information every day. Join my VIP group. Just go to the dialogue with me and write +VIP. So let's start with our space in which we will trade. We will start with $100. The deal time is 1 minute. We set the minute time frame. Candles here are many settings on my settings. Also today we'll trade using two indicators. This is zigzag and the marker. These are the two indicators. Zigzag, the marker. So let me show you the zigzag settings and show you here are the tests for anyone who needs to copy them. In general, this indicator operates on a simple principle. It highlights the highest and lowest points of the chart, and it directly connects them with lines in such small fluctuations as here. Relatively speaking, so for example this one. So thanks to this, it's possible to consider important market movements without taking into account and various noises. Unlike other indicators, this zigzag does not predict price behavior in the future, but rather indicates the significant changes in the past. The second indicator is the marker. Also its settings, the marker is an oscillator. And I'll look for the high and low of the current period on the chart and compare them with the level of the previous period. This is how the maximum and minimum levels are here. If the current period has more extreme levels, the values are retained. If the highs and lows are less extreme on the previous bar, a zero value is recorded. So these are like maximum and minimum levels. If we grow, so we will soon return to these levels. Today we'll trade concept pairs, and let's select several ones. Also, to the right of the currency pairs, we see percentages. These percentages mean the amount of payments. For example, we'll bet $100. It's advisable to highlight concept pairs with payouts above 70%. That's why we've done so far. Everywhere above 70%. But unfortunately, small drawdowns may occur in the trading amounts, but this is not very critical. I suggest we immediately switch to concept pairs and start out trading. So we switch to the first concept pair. Here we immediately open up and begin our technical analysis. Let's change the color to white. So good. What we see on zigzag, according to zigzag, the trend is downward, but we see that we had contact with the zigzag in line here. Naturally, we had an increase from this line, so which is pretty great. Secondly, according to the second indicator, we see that we are near the red zone, which means a reversal in the opposite direction. We can also identify resistance levels approximately here. We can highlight here by zigzag, but this is a more general picture. Here we will highlight resistance and support levels, so we will also now move towards the resistance level, perhaps with minor adjustments. Let's watch the situation. 2 seconds, and yeah, profit is $70. Pretty good. At the moment, the balance is $770, and let's move on to the next concept pair. Now we have already moved on to the next concept pair. We can get a good drawdown and open up. Let's begin our technical analysis. While it opens up, let's analyze the situation. First thing we can observe is that there is a strong decline. If we see a more global level of support, we see 1 level, 2, 3, and all of them were overcome. In the moment that is not very pleasant. Many could burn out at this and lose bets. But we see from the zigzag that we opened at a fairly good point of decline, but at a sharper point of decline, which means a slight rollback in the opposite position. We also see from the second indicator. So that we have left the red zone. That means that our zone will soon return to a value from 30 to 70. Let's watch. For now, there is a seconds left until the end of the deal. Great, the deal closed in profit. Profit is $71. And we see the chart is starting to level out and we are experiencing a slight market recovery at the moment. This is cyclical. From the minimum points of the zigzag, we immediately began an upward push and adjustments, for example, in these cases. We also see that zigzag was slightly touched by this line and growth began. Of course, there are such breakouts, so you need to use several indicators and technical analysis. So now we are in a different concept. Here we immediately open down and begin our technical analysis. So we see from technical analysis, we see that we recently touched the zigzag line. The candle shadows are at a good adjustment angle and there was no zigzag line as such. During the touch, there was a decline. Naturally, this is a correction of the zigzag. The second thing we look at is if we highlight the area of resistance. The area has been overcome. Naturally, there will be a slight rollback. And along the marker, we have gone beyond the green line, which means the overbought zone, and we will also return to our usual over zone. For example, like here, practically here, let's follow the deal. 1 second left, great. So, let's see. Deal in plus profit is $71. Now we have moved on to the next concept. Let's immediately open for decline. Why we did this? I'll explain. The first thing is that we touched the zigzag line, after which there is usually an adjustment in the opposite direction. That is done. And then seconds. If we highlight the resistance level and the support level, then we will not move to the resistance level. Why won't we move? Because there was a strong drawdown all this time and there was a sharp jump. Now we're undergoing an adjustment and the opposite direction. It's a little strange, but soon you will understand. Also, according to the market, growth is clearly occurring and we have left the red zone previous position. Let's see. 2 seconds left. Yeah. Plus deal, profit is $66. And let's move on. The next concept, the situation is quite interesting. Let's immediately open for decline and begin our technical analysis. Let's figure out it. First, with zigzag line was not set. The maximum points have not yet been determined. We also see that at the moment we have overcome this resistance level and there will be a slight correction and reversal. Although we are moving approximately to this level, we also see from the marker that we are in the over zone. But if you look closely, you can see that the line has taken a downward angle. This means the market will fall. Let's see. So let's see. 8 seconds left. Yeah, as I predicted, we are experiencing a slight market adjustment. Profit is $75. Let's move on. So next concept. Here we'll immediately open down and begin the usual technical analysis. First, there is a rapid upward growth. Our zigzag line is constantly shifting. At the moment, I believe that we have set a maximum. The growth is continuous. We see quite a lot of large candles are formed at the moment. I think the resistance level will be set and there will be a slight rollback and adjustment. According to the second indicator, we see that we have gone quite far beyond the green line is approximately this position. So let's see. We see a short trade with 6 seconds left, and just like I said, there is a slight adjustment going on. This is natural. The market has gone up strongly. We see good, the deal closes in profit. Let's move on. Good, next concept pair, let's open up and let's begin our technical analysis first. The zigzag line shows the general upward trend, but a short period of consolidation has begun. It remains at the same level for a given period of time, seconds. A strong shadow below was formed from the previous candle. That means that buyers prevail and a pullback has occurred. According to the marker, we see upward growth occurring. We open up and observe the situation. At the moment, there are less than 10 seconds, and let's see. Until the end of the deal. Good, plus deal, profit is $83. Next concept, let's immediately open up and what we see, a slight decline. I hope the market will go up. First we look at our second indicator and see that we have left the red zone. That will be evidence that we will return to our usual demarker zone. Along the zigzag we had contact. The opposite growth has occurred. There was a sharp drawdown. There was a slight adjustment in the opposite direction. Also, according to the technical analysis, that's all, as we have no obvious growth towards this resistance zone. It will move with slight drawdowns over time. Let's see. Yeah, plus deal, good. Profit is $84. So good. Next concept, here we immediately open down and begin technical analysis. From the demarker, we see that we have been behind zone 70 for a long time. We will return to our usual demarker zone. We also established a new zigzag zone, after which a natural reversal occurred. There will be also a slight downward recovery. All I can highlight, bearish trend. Delete arrows, sharp jump. There was a slight adjustment, there was growth, and again a good adjustment. Let's see. One second left, and yeah, the deal is a plus. Profit is $86. Good. Next concept, let's open down and wait for the next candle. Downward growth has begun. Based on the demarker, we see that it has been behind the green zone for a long time. That means in early adjustment and entire entry into the green zone. We see from the overall picture that there is a good bullish trend that will soon be replaced by a bearish trend. It cannot continue. Even if we take the previous resistance zone, we have overcome it well, but multiple adjustments have already begun. Let's see, perhaps now a period of consolidation will begin. That is, the price remains plus or minus at the same level. 8 seconds left. There are 13 seconds left until the end of the candle. Good. Profit is $90. Good. Let's move on. So we finished with a balance of $1,500. We traded on a minute till time frame is 1 minute. Also the TL amount was always $100. Settings. Here are the settings. You can copy them. What about the indicators? We traded using a zigzag and the marker. I'll show you their settings. Here are the zigzag settings. Here, yeah. And the marker. We also trade on concept pass today. I also recommend you trade concept pass, yeah. And yeah, I want to remind you of an important part of trading. Use technical analysis as the basis of your trade and use indicators as auxiliary tools. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube and Telegram channels, and see you in the next video.